Hey guys, don't forget, stick around at the end of this episode.
Yeah, because we got some really good messages at the end of this. You know those ones we told you to leave us on our party line? Yep.
Which is just a Google Voice account?
Yes, it's not like a 900 number. But long distance charges may apply.
Yeah, true that. And you can't text the number, you gotta call.
Yeah, you gotta call, because we can't, like, put your text on, like, the podcast. It just isn't.
What if we could with that computer voice?
Oh.
That would be kind of freaky. Some of those messages would sound pretty weird.
Hello, Brooke and Nikki. So stick around. Stick around.
I like that. That was sing-songy.
It was.
So yeah, listen at the end.
That was good.
What'd you say?
Huh? I'm going to create a rap version.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
I love me some
I'm
rap.
going to work on it now while I'm waiting for this concert.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My soul whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows and KOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, this is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Yeah. And it really is whatever again today.
It is.
We do have some structured episodes coming up. Let me just tell you
We do.
this.
We have a little... We do. But for this week, we thought it would be fun to just do something else.
Yeah.
So here we are.
And here we are. And if you hear that noise in the background, it is the fan. It is hot in Maine.
It was 90 degrees today.
Yeah. And so it is really humid.
And we live in a place where you don't have central air everywhere. Like,
no.
People don't have air conditioning.
I don't have air conditioning, no.
So we have to open up the window and turn on the fans.
That is correct.
And we don't want to croak.
We do not.
So,
and we don't want to be uncomfortable either.
No.
Right? I mean, we want to be comfortable talking, doing our thing.
Right.
So
sorry if you hear the fan.
Right. If it bothers you.
Sorry, not sorry.
There. So we really went back and forth today about what we were going to talk about, because part of me really wanted to talk about toys, but we've decided to add a video component to my so-called whatever. Surprise!
Right.
Surprise!
Exactly. And
what do you guys think about that?
I know. Like, here's the thing. What kind of content do you want to see? We have some thoughts of what we are planning on doing, what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what you guys think.
Like, would you watch it? It wouldn't be like an hour. They would be like more like very...
Yeah, no.
Like maybe like less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, like very like easy to consume.
Right.
Like you wouldn't have to set aside. It's not like a podcast.
No.
Live.
No.
It would be, yeah, like
because with
like
the
10 minutes.
Yeah, with a podcast it's different. Like you can listen while you work.
Right.
You can listen while you're driving. You can listen while you're working out. I know a lot of people will be like, "Hey, I'm running," and I'm like, "Hey, I feel like I'm running with you."
Right.
So.
But like a video, you know, that's a commitment.
It is. It is a commitment. But we had like we listened. You guys sent. We asked you guys like, hey, what would you like to see us do? What kind of things? And you said you wanted video. A lot of you guys said you wanted video. Wanted us to do more Facebook Lives. Wanted us to do more stuff like that.
And sometimes Facebook lives are fun, and like Instagram and all that, but sometimes it's hard because we're not always together.
Right. And sometimes it gets kind of boring because I
the last one we didn't know what to talk about.
Right.
We were like, well,
okay,
humpty dum.
here we go.
So at least like with video, we can plan it out and we can like do the video.
Yeah.
And you can watch it and hopefully enjoy it.
Right. And I have some ideas. I have some funny ideas.
Funny ideas?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
No. I have one idea. Remember I told you about it?
Wait.
Something I was going to do with the 90210 dolls.
Oh, right.
I think that would be fun. What do you think? Hey, do you guys hear that?
Did you hear that car go by?
We got the window open, and I live on one of the busiest roads in the state of Maine. Second busiest road in the state of Maine.
It is?
It is.
In the state of Maine?
In the state of Maine.
That seems like hard to believe.
Well, if you think about it, it's a pretty busy road.
No, it is very busy. It's very busy. There's a lot of traffic that comes through there because it's like a main artery through the city.
Right, and it gets backed up.
I tend to be a very aggressive driver. So I do things I'm probably not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could do that.
Yeah.
And I'm a confident driver. But I'm not overconfident. I'm like my dad.
That's good. You're a good driver. I feel safe when I'm with you.
Oh, that's good. I'm so glad. Because I know what that's like. Like I know some people I feel safe with and some people I don't feel safe with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I drive most of the time.
Hey. Well, I feel
enjoy
safe.
it.
I feel safe.
So anyway, that was a tangent.
So Brooke and I were sitting here kind of brainstorming ideas throughout the day because we had an episode planned and it didn't really pan out. And that's okay.
Not for this week.
That happens. That happens.
Not for this week. So.
And so we were like, okay, so what are we going to do? And we threw a couple of things back and forth and both of us were kind of like, man, I don't know.
Right.
And so I had come across, I think I've mentioned this before, that I have had a little bit of a difficult time remembering some things.
Yes.
And so I was kind of looking for little things here and there that would prompt my memory.
Yeah.
And I came across all of these things this one time. Questions like that you could like start writing about, or you could ask somebody and tell a story. And so I thought that was pretty neat. And so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And
we'll try her out.
You know, we're just going to kind of like go through this. We haven't I think it's good that we don't know what the questions are.
Yes. But because of that, some of them might be like we might have to pass.
Right. Exactly.
Because like just quickly like glancing over examples of what they might be, I can already see like some of them are really hard.
Some of them are really deep.
Yes.
Like, when have you felt most alone?
I know exactly when.
I know. Well, maybe we should talk about it. Do you want to talk about it? I know
exactly when.
I do too. Do you want to talk about it?
Nah.
I'll talk about mine. I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it. It's just I don't have much of a story.
I want to hear it though. I'm interested to hear that from you. Tell me more. I'm doing the like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Tell me more.
So
meme.
I could I can pinpoint the exact moment. And then I didn't feel alone.
Okay.
All in like the same breath.
Okay. This is like I like this.
But I've told you this before.
Okay, I'm listening.
But also I don't know if I want everybody to hear it.
Oh. I think it's okay. But if you don't feel okay, then
it makes me sound crazy.
It's not going to make you sound crazy.
It makes me sound like a crazy person.
No, it's not, Brooke.
No, it really does. So, it was when I was living with Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
Like downtown, near downtown.
Yeah. Wait. When was that? Oh. Well, you now remember that apartment.
So
was not good.
Was in a funk.
Mm-hmm.
In a total and utter funk. And I just remember like one early evening. I was home alone. Like, nobody was there. I don't know where Darcy was working, or I don't know where she was. But I was in bed, and I physically couldn't move. Like, I was so depressed, and just I felt absolutely alone. Like, there was nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And alone, like, not in the sense of I'm by myself, but like just alone in all
just
aspects.
Like no one understands. Like, I'm by myself in this.
I am by myself 100%. And it felt like, so it's kind of interesting because, like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
And laying with an actual weighted blanket feels amazing.
It feels so good.
But to not have a weighted blanket but feel like you have one on you.
That's anxiety.
Yes. So but
in a different way. You feel weight on top of you, but it's not the comfort of wrapping around you.
Right. And I felt that a lot throughout my, not childhood, but like teenage years and like young adult.
Yeah.
And it was, honestly, it usually happened when I was sick. Like if I was like very like sick, like flu sick or whatever. But anyway, this particular time, I remember laying in bed and I was just like crying. Not hysterically crying, but just like so upset. And then all of a sudden, this is the part that's going to make me sound crazy. All of a sudden, I felt like a warmth. Like literally from my head all the way to my toes, I couldn't move. I was frozen. And I heard my grandmother's voice. And it said, everything will be okay. And it was her voice. It was her voice.
Like, you heard it?
It was her voice.
Brooke, you've never told me this.
I hadn't heard her voice since she passed away when I was a teenager.
100% she was there.
Absolutely. That's not the only time she's been there in my life.
Why have you never told me this?
I know I told you that.
Never.
It would have been a long, long, long time ago.
I've never heard this.
But it was her voice. Like it wasn't like a message like that I physically heard it in my ear. Like in this ear. Because I was laying on my side. Like I heard it in my ear. And I felt better.
That's awesome.
Immediately.
But I don't understand why you would think that was crazy.
Because I think that some people don't believe that could actually happen.
Well, then they're not open-minded. And we don't need to listen to them.
Because it was so real. And it wasn't just like, I want it to be real. I mean, obviously I want it to be real. But it wasn't just like I was like telling myself
no,
it was
like
real.
You heard it.
It was real.
That's amazing, bro.
That's never happened before. And it's never happened since.
But she knew that you needed her at that point in time. And like she presented herself to you.
And I didn't even know that I needed it.
I guarantee after this podcast episode, you're going to see that no one thinks you're crazy, number one, because you're not, because you're amazing. And I'm so proud of you for sharing that story. And number two, you're going to see that there are going to be people that are going to be like, oh my God, thank you so much for telling that story because that happened to me.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because it's legit.
Like, I almost want to say that I'm jealous about that, but in a way I don't because it scares me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, to think about it, like, that could be scary. But it was so not. It was so comforting. Like, so comforting. And I wanted it again. Like, I wanted it back. Like, I said out loud, not immediately, but, like, later on, please come back. Like, please come back.
But she knew that you didn't need her like that anymore.
Right.
It probably scared her to see you like that because I know it would scare me.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'd get over it. Let's just say that. Because, I mean, I love you and whatever. I want to be there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it scared her to see you like that. And what you're talking about is completely normal. Like.
Well, like. Yeah.
Like,
it's just the voice.
That's never happened to me. Mm-hmm. But I believe 100% that it's happened. Like, that's never happened to me. Like, I've had somebody yell in my ear before.
Right.
I told you about that a long time ago. But I didn't know who it was.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Barely.
I mean, this is a really short story, and I don't
Yeah.
want to take away from yours because yours is amazing, and this is like not amazing because there's I don't know who it was because it wasn't my grandfather because he was alive.
Right.
I was laying. I'd taken a nap, so I was always exhausted after school, and I think it was because I got up really early for the paper route, and then I'd go to
Probably.
school, and then I just would be exhausted. So I would be so elated when we would have late practice because that would allow me to take a nap.
Yeah.
And this day I was just so tired. I was exhausted. And I was laying, and my parents didn't really like me to lay on the couch. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it, but whatever. That's weird.
I bet there are other people though whose parents didn't like them to lay on the couch.
Yeah, they didn't like me to lay on the couch, and also but I couldn't lay in my bed.
So where were you supposed to lay?
I have no idea. I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to nap. Like, that wasn't a thing.
Oh. Okay.
But I needed it because I was
Right.
exhausted.
Right.
So, and like, I still feel that way today. Like, I feel like I could nap at any point. Like, I'm always tired.
Yeah.
Even if I get like 20 hours sleep.
Plenty of sleep.
So anyway, I go to lay down. I remember I had oodles and noodles. Well, that ramen noodles. I always call it oodles and noodles, but it's just ramen noodles. I had ramen noodles, and I had butter, and it's crazy. I can remember this, but I can't remember like you telling me that amazing story that you said you told me about.
Oh, yeah.
And I ate crackers with butter on them, like
Yep. With
saltines.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had that, and I laid down, and you know how like when you just get to that like deep part of sleep and it's so good, and I just got to it, and I heard somebody yell in my ear, "Wake up!" And there was no one there. And that's the only time I think I've actually like audibly heard somebody,
Yeah.
and it scared the crap out of me. And it was like a playful wake up. Like it was like a...
It wasn't mean.
No, it was like I'm going to wake you up because I know you just got to sleep, and I'm going to be a jerk face and do it.
Right.
Like, haha. And it scared the crap out of me. Like, it scared me because I heard that. Like, I know I did. And, I mean, it could be, what do they call it? Like, when you're the sleep paralysis. Like,
Yeah.
when you, that could be that. Because I wasn't getting enough sleep and whatever. Because
Yeah.
weird stuff happened in my sleep during that time in my life. Mm-hmm. But that was like, it really scared me.
That's weird. I remember that story. I remember you telling me. Didn't remember the specifics of it.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So, I mean, I didn't have a lot of experiences like that at my parents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I did. Like, not like audible stuff, though. It was just like weird stuff, stuff that we've talked about. But what you've explained, like, that's amazing. And then you didn't feel alone anymore.
Nope. And then, just to add on, real quick.
No, not real quick. You go and talk.
No, my grandma. So that was the first time.
Oh, wait, there was a second time?
I never heard her voice
Whoa.
again. But I've told you, maybe I mentioned on the podcast, I don't know, about when I was getting married. So our house in Augusta.
Okay, Brooke, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard any of this.
You've heard these. I've definitely told you these.
Well, now we have an audible, like,
Yes, record.
So I can go back and listen.
So before my wedding, it was summertime, like the summer before, like, because my wedding was planned in like 3.5 months.
It was fun. I found your invitations the other day.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, so we had that second bedroom we had in the house. That's where all the wedding stuff was kept.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like my box with like all the invitations and stuff, and like my dress was in there, and the flower girl dresses were in there. Like all kinds of stuff was in there. my mom came down and we went in that room to kind of go through everything, take inventory, whatever. So we went in the room. My mom was in the closet, and so my mom was in the closet. Her back was to me. I was like situating things on the bed. My back was to my mom. Like we were essentially back to back. It was a small room.
Mm-hmm.
There was literally probably like 6 inches between us.
You've never told me this, by the way.
So all of a sudden, there was a waft of my grandmother's perfume.
Oh my God.
And at the same time, my mom and I both turned around and looked at each other. And we were like, did you smell that? Yeah, I did. You just smell that? Yeah. And it was it was like she was there.
That's
Like
so
she was there. Like me and my mom were
amazing.
there. And she was there with us too. Like my mom's mom.
Oh, I love it.
And it was, again,
And you
so
got to experience
comforting.
that together.
Yeah. And we talk about it every once in a while.
I love it.
And then third and final. And this one happened a lot. And again, I know I've told you this, but now you remember it. So when I was pregnant, living over at our old house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that old house was actually not that old. It was a fairly new house. And for the record, I never cooked bacon in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't cook things in that house like that. Because it makes a mess. And I didn't want the mess to clean up. So, like, I never cooked it. If I wanted bacon, I'd go out to a restaurant and get bacon. So, anyway, when I was pregnant, I would smell bacon in my house. And my mom would smell bacon in my house.
That's crazy.
And then I had Sadie, and I would still smell bacon in my house. And Mom would smell bacon in my house. But, like, literally, I had never once cooked bacon in that kitchen. Never once. But again, my Grammy's kitchen always smelled like bacon because she'd fry up a big thing of bacon in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And when my Grammy made bacon, she'd just throw the whole thing in there. And then she'd take a fork in like a cast iron pan
Yep.
and just stir it.
Yep.
That's how she cooked it. Just stir it up. Who cares if they come out all, curly?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we knew that that was her. That was her way of telling us. And that one was recurring over like months. And then
that curly thing, though, that must have been that person of their time, because Nan would do that.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
it would come out all...
Yes. And it was so good.
Yeah, she would do that, too. When you just did that, I could see her standing in front of her yellow stove.
Yes.
Nan had a yellow kitchen. All yellow. And a yellow bathroom. And she would...
Harvest gold.
Yeah, harvest gold. And she would stir that bacon up.
Yep. And then pour the grease into a coffee can.
Probably.
And keep it under the sink. And then when it was time to fry up anything, take the grease out of the coffee can, plop it in the pan, and then fry up burgers in that grease.
Hey.
Fry up whatever, anything in that grease.
I don't remember her doing that, but
Oh.
probably.
Yeah, my Grammy definitely did that. So, anyway, and I haven't had anything happen like that since.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been about 6 years.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the next time. Grammy,
I'm sure it will happen.
Grammy.
Just not tonight.
It would be okay if it happened tonight.
Okay, I just don't want to be a part of it.
No?
It scares me. I think it's because of the different things that have happened.
And also, maybe because it's my Grammy and not your Grammy.
Right. Well, I know, even so. I'm like...
Like your grandfather?
Yeah, thinking that he would... it scares me, and he knows that. Like, I
Yeah.
know he knows that.
Yeah.
I know he knows that. Like, I know.
Right. So he wouldn't.
No. But
Like-
there are times, like you said, that I will smell him.
Yeah.
And it smells like Old Spice and Irish Spring.
I love Old Spice.
And
That smells like my dad.
and like I can smell it, and I know that he's there. And I mean, he's always been there. He's always been there. He was there when Bryn was born. He
Yep.
was there when Brody was born. I feel that like Brody and him are like tightly connected.
Brody.
Like Brody reminds
Brody is-
some of the things like his mannerisms and stuff. It scares me a little bit because I see my grandfather
Yeah.
like when he crosses his legs.
Really?
Yes. And when he writes and when he like looks down, it's my grandfather. I can see him
And that's so funny too.
because I
Right.
mean what we know. Yeah.
Right. So interesting.
Yeah. It's just pretty crazy. And I just know it's like it's his way of saying I'm here and
Yeah.
I'm watching over your family. Like and
And it's comforting.
it is.
I think it's comforting.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Good stories.
That was a good story. I don't know if I should go into the moment I felt alone. Because that might be that might go somewhere.
Huh?
That might go in a different place.
Well, it's up to you.
Well, because yours was very good. Like yours started off like, I was like really sad, but then it like came out really good. Mine will start off really sad and then, well, I mean, if you know the outcome, here I am.
Like, you're fine.
I'm fine now.
You're right. So it's not like a sad ending.
And it might be good for me to talk about this because actually I just talked to you about this the other day. This is one of the memories that came up
Yeah.
when I was in therapy.
Yeah.
And we were talking about some certain things and all of a sudden it was like a flood. It was like a flood. And I was scared because I was scared that I would remember some of the things that I know that I've put way back there that I just don't want to
You
revisit.
don't want to remember. Yeah.
I mean, and this is one of them, but it is one that I remember. And it kind of explains a lot, I think,
Oh. Okay.
because it shows the transition. But I'm trying to transition not back to that old person before this happened, because I'm definitely a different person,
Right.
but back to a more independent living, more independence.
Okay. Yeah.
And so this kind of shows kind of why I'm dependent.
okay. I think that's
Possibly.
great.
So as we've talked, I was in a pretty bad relationship
Yeah.
for both of us
Yeah.
back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And when it came time for us to go our separate ways, the circumstances that surrounded that were unfortunate because I'd given up a lot.
Yeah. You did.
And
You
I'm
had.
not saying that he demanded that because he didn't, but I had given up quite a bit, whatever.
Right.
The funny thing is I never saw myself marrying him ever. And I can remember
You never talked about it.
No. And I can remember my sister saying to me, "Do you want to marry him?" And I said, "I don't think so. I don't know." And she's like, "Well, then why are you wasting your time? Go have fun." One of the things my sister and I weren't close during this period of time.
Yeah.
And I will forever remember that because she was 100% right. Like,
Yeah.
why waste your time and spend your energy on somebody that you don't see the potential of spending the rest of your life with?
Right. True.
Don't waste your time.
100%.
Move on.
100%.
So he was in another state. Mm-hmm. He was going to private school. And I went to his graduation so he was 1 year behind me. And so I was living independently. You and I were living together.
Yep.
I had a really good job.
Yep.
I felt like in control of my destiny,
Yeah.
but I wasn't in a good place with my parents. And I wasn't in a good place with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went down there, there were I was basically told that I wasn't good enough for him and that the relationship was going to be coming to an end. And he did this at a gas station on our way flying home. And I never have felt so alone in my entire life, because it was like, okay, I have to get back in this car and pretend like everything is okay.
Right.
And then I have to get on this plane.
I remember this.
And pretend like everything is fine. And I felt like the longer that happened, the more I died inside. I know that sounds so like crazy, like, I don't know. It sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm being over dramatic, but
I was going to say, it sounds dramatic, but it's legit.
But it's the truth. And
right.
I started to slowly lose my mind. Like,
I remember this time. I remember this day. I remember this.
All I could remember was, all I wanted to happen was that I'd close my eyes and wake up and I'd be fine. Didn't necessarily mean that the circumstances would change,
mm-hmm.
but that I could have a clear mind again.
Right.
I just wanted a clear mind. And I remember telling him this, like, I just want my mind back. Like, I don't know what's going on. And what was happening was I was having a nervous breakdown and I didn't realize it. And
right.
It was just like, we were kids. He was a kid. I was a kid. Like, whatever, there's no way he could have known that this could have done what it did, but it did. And I lost my mind. Like, and it's a scary thing to start to remember. And I started remembering it the other day.
Yeah.
I started remembering the feelings that I was feeling, and mostly it was because I felt so alone. Like, I didn't have you there. I couldn't call my mom. I couldn't call my dad.
I feel like you called me from a payphone.
I'm pretty sure I did.
And, like, you were at the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And you called me from a payphone.
Yeah, I don't know if I can talk about. I can feel it. I can see the gas station.
Like, I don't remember the conversation word for word at all. But I do remember, because I'll tell you why. I can picture you, and like, I have that picture in my head. Like, obviously, we didn't have FaceTime then,
right?
So it wasn't like I could actually see you. But I could, like, talking to you, I could picture you at that gas station on the phone. So that's my memory, is what I pictured you doing in that moment.
And
while we were on the phone.
I feel like you said, good. I feel like that's what you said.
I'm sure that is what I said.
Good, finally, good. I feel like
sure
that's
that is
what you said. And it was like, I was just
you'll
like,
be fine.
Right.
Like, you just need to get in that car and you need to just go.
You just need to come home.
Shut your mouth and just get home. Just don't worry about it. Just be home and good. Because you know what? You deserve better. Period. End of discussion. I've been telling you that.
Yeah. You had.
But
you gotta live it. You gotta experience it. You gotta know it.
I mean,
I'm sure people are listening right now. They've been in the same situation, and
exactly. Of
you
course.
don't. Hindsight is 20/20.
Of course,
and
you can't predict these things.
No, and I'm very lucky that this was like the only
right.
Like, now it had an incredible impact on me because it definitely changed my course of living for the rest of my life. It wasn't him. I changed my course of living. I feel like telling myself not to feel. I just can remember saying, stop feeling, stop feeling, stop feeling. And then all of a sudden I stopped feeling. And then it was like, stop living. Like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm not going to get too deep into that because I don't want to trigger anything.
Right.
I should probably have a warning on this. But the problem is that after I went that far, I couldn't find my way back. I couldn't find my way back to
Right.
myself.
Right.
And no one could help me find my way back to myself. Like, you tried, you brought me to, I went to like 2 different counselors, 2 different therapists.
Yeah.
And this was a course of a summer. Like, my work was really good at the time. Like, they knew something was really bad.
Right.
Something was happening. And, you know, mental illness is not a joke. Like, it's not, and I know a lot, like, I feel like our community feels that way. But, unfortunately, back in like even the late 90s, no one knew how to deal with it. Like, we weren't there yet. We weren't
Right.
there.
And we still have a ways to go.
Right. And my family was scared. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't know what to do. And
of course, because
right.
like, I remember talking to your sister and talking to, I think, your dad. Mm-hmm. I don't think I talked to your mom, but I remember talking to your family because I remember thinking, like, that is the route we need to take.
I've been really, really careful of talking about that whole ordeal. I feel like I've put this in a better light, and you know, I said some crazy things. I said some crazy things when I was crazy. Well, let's just put it out there. I was a little crazy.
That's all right.
And
That's fine. It was
I was not in my right mind. I don't know.
right.
I just wanted my mind back, and I would do anything to get it back. And so
And you couldn't figure out.
I couldn't figure it
how.
out. I couldn't. And you know what? I never got it back. I never got that person back. I never, but I don't know as if I want that person back.
Exactly. Because that person
was
needed
very
to,
different, needed to grow up.
and needed to go through something like that.
Because I don't think I ever would have appreciated Kevin.
Right.
And
No.
I don't think I would have.
No. You wouldn't have.
I mean, when he came into my life, I was just like, is this for real? Like, is this dude for real? Like, he is.
Is this real
wait
life?
a second.
Is this really happening?
Did he really buy me an instinct blanket? What?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, and we were just friends at that point.
Right.
No, I think actually we were dating. We would just started dating.
It was weird. Him and I both bought you an instinct blanket.
Right?
That was weird.
That's kind of crazy.
It was.
You guys are both my soulmates.
Like, happy birthday. We both bought you an instinct blanket.
Right. You were like, I know what's best for her. I'm going to buy this instinct blanket right here. This instinct throw. So that got deep real fast, but...
Sure did.
Hey, that's what we're all about, right? We're all
whatever.
about keeping it real, son. And like, look, I can laugh about it now. Like, not
Right.
laugh, but like I this is the first time I've ever talked about that, not like broken down.
Right.
Because guess what? Like, shit happens. Stuff like that happens.
And
Like,
you're better on the other side.
I really am. I mean, and I don't think I'd be doing this podcast if stuff like that. You know, it's just, I don't think I'd have the life that I have now. And I'm so...
Would we be friends?
Yeah, we'd still be friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I will.
I would just be probably, you'd be like, oh, geez.
Well, no, but, you know, you just wonder, like, what kind of turn your life could have taken. I think about that stuff all the time.
I've thought about it. It would have not... No. What?
Maybe a pilot.
Oh, good God, that would have been rough. I would have made it happen. But here's the thing, like,
Of course you would.
Oh, jeez. That whole like shindig after in between there. Woo! I experienced. I lived.
You did live.
I sure did.
And you had a good time.
I sure did.
You did. I mean, it was fun. We had fun.
We had some fun times.
Yes, we did. It's some of my favorite memories.
That's what.
But that wasn't what I had in mind there.
That was what I had in mind.
But those are some of my favorite memories.
Those are some of my your favorite memories was during the Nikki crazy time, after crazy,
Yeah.
post crazy,
Post crazy.
pre Kevin though.
Pre-Kevin. But those are not the times that I was thinking of when we kind of glanced at that other question.
Because my motto was live and let live.
Yes.
It also was don't need nothing but a good time.
Right. It was also give me more Dr. McGillicuddy's.
Yeah. And Parliament Light 100.
But, yeah, no, I think you would make it happen as I would make it happen.
You would.
I'm not confident. If something happened to me, being 100% honest, and it was just Pete, I'm not confident that things would happen. Like, I'm not confident that Christmas would happen.
It smells like somebody walked by and farted.
Ew. Like outside.
I hope there's nobody out there.
There's nobody out there. We're fine.
Okay.
I'm just not sure that things would happen. I don't know how they would happen. My mom would have to help a lot. He packed her lunch the other day and forgot to put her sandwich in it. So, granted, completely honest, totally honest here. The sandwiches she gets for rec, Uncrustables.
Hey.
But listen, so I picked her up and she said to me, I didn't have a lunch today. And I said, what do you mean you didn't have a lunch? You have your lunchbox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Dad forgot to put my sandwich, or I think she may have called it her Uncrustable. But anyway, my Dad forgot to put that in my lunchbox. Yeah. So I was like, what did you have? And she said, oh, I had my snacks. So the little girl does take her Capri Sun was in there, but she takes her Capri Sun. She has like a box of raisins, a bag of goldfish, a yogurt, and or applesauce. We do those like Z bars.
Yeah.
Those like Z bar, like protein bars.
Yep.
And gummies.
Okay, so she had
So she had food, but she didn't have her sandwich. Like usually at lunch, because they have snack in the morning, snack in the afternoon, they have lunch in the middle of the day. So usually at lunch she'll have her sandwich and like goldfish. Mm-hmm. I felt so bad. So I was like, that night I'm like, did you forget to pack her lunch? He was like, no, I sent her lunch. I said, did you forget to pack her Uncrustable? He's like, oh, wow, yeah, no, I did. I forgot.
Oh.
He was like, he felt really bad.
Oh.
It'll never happen again.
It will not.
Nope.
I
Anyway,
might not include any of that,
that's fine.
but it was a good talk out.
It's OT. Oh. Any of what?
No, any of that.
The partying?
I don't know.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Well, you should include some of it.
Okay, so let's see here.
Are there any that are like fun?
I'm looking. We already know what our first memory is of each other.
Yes,
so,
we've said that before.
was there a time you didn't like me?
Genuinely, no.
I mean, I can think of times that I was upset at you.
Yeah, but I never didn't like you. We
Yeah.
fought.
We did.
We
But
fought
then-
about things, but like you get over it.
We got over it pretty quickly.
It's like friends fight,
Yeah.
especially when you're younger.
Yeah. I think it's, like I said, it was always when there was a third party involved.
Yes, always.
Always.
In every situation, it doesn't even matter if it was
Yep.
you and me and Darcy or me. Who? Always.
It was always when there was a third party involved is when I would get hurt. Like my feelings would get hurt.
Yeah.
Or I'd get upset.
Yeah.
When it was just you and I, we worked things out.
Right.
Do you think we'll ever lose touch with each other?
No.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
We may even be living together someday. Who knows?
Who knows?
Seriously, because when I was talking to Kevin, we were talking about like our life plans the other day because like stuff got real.
Yeah.
Like that when we went to Augusta and on our drive home, we were like talking about everything.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we talked about everything. And so we came back and we went over to, I worked for a while. And then we went over to the house next door because they sheetrocked everything. So he was
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to go look at the house next door? And we just like, for like an hour, just stood in there and talked about like the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And I said, he's like, well, because they're ready to like start groundwork now.
Yeah.
Because that was like, we needed the sheetrock stuff to get done. And
Yeah.
moving, like, here's the next step. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, because this whole, like, thought of having this house has been, like, a good thought, but, like, it hasn't been, like, real to me.
Right.
And so I said, I don't know, maybe I want to move away.
Right.
And he's like, all right, let's move away. And I said, well, I've got to consult Brooke first because I'm not leaving without her.
Oh, well, where are you moving away to?
Well, I'm not leaving without you. So
what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Nothing. Like, I told them, I said, it doesn't matter where I am. I just, like, I don't, like, I need to move where you move.
Oh.
Is that weird?
Well, kind of. I mean, not really. But kind of. I mean, you need to do what your family wants to do.
But I can't. I have 2 soulmates. Sorry. Doesn't work that way.
But, like, my question is, where do you guys want to move?
Well, no.
I might be down.
Well, we've talked about North Carolina.
Okay, I don't want to live there.
In the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area. Have you ever been there?
No.
I think you'd change your mind. Because it's, like, easy to come north, and it's easy to go to Florida. It's, like, right in that happy in-between area.
But there's no nonstop flights to Bangor. I want to live somewhere where there's a nonstop flight to Bangor.
If we move to Charlotte, I don't want to live in Charlotte.
And those are only seasonal.
Seriously,
and may not last.
that is a deal breaker. It has to have a direct flight to Bangor.
I want to be able to get to my family really quick.
Yeah, but your family's probably gonna move with you.
No, they won't.
You don't think so?
No. I'd like to move to Florida. I can hop on Allegiant.
I don't know if I want to live in Florida.
I could live in Florida in a second, but I
I
hear
need to find the right
Arizona's
pretty good too.
So yes, but you know what scares me about Arizona?
What's that?
Like scorpions.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, snakes. Yikes.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be taking a shower and look down and see that like curly tail
No.
with like the click 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 clicks.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Then you're dead. Don't they kill you?
I think maybe it depends on the type of scorpion.
Oh.
But
Though they have big spiders too. Yeah. Pass.
and so does Florida.
Hard pass. No,
But-
I don't know. Alligators too. Yay.
Well, yeah, you just don't go in water. Like, don't go in ponds and lakes and stuff. Period. Don't go in them.
I wouldn't.
No, gross. They're full of like all kinds of like disease anyway. I think
Probably.
because it's so hot
Yeah.
and like murky.
Maybe.
You get like encephalitis or something.
Like I would live in Florida, but like I would want to be close to Bangor. And I think that or close like I'd want to like be close to New England. And I feel like North Carolina is a good like happy medium.
yeah. See, I
because-
also want to live in like Boston.
Same.
Like I'd be fine with that.
Same.
Or
And-
Southern Maine even. Or New Hampshire. Live free or die.
Yep. Hey,
There's something to be said for that.
I'm just over here. I love Bangor. I love being from here. I love it. I absolutely do. I'm not going to move. Who am I kidding?
I mean, this is home.
Yeah.
But also
I want a winter home. I just want to like
I
go
know.
away. But it's like with the kids and stuff,
you can't.
you can't because like you'd love them to stay in the schools here.
Right.
But, like,
you can homeschool.
No, that would be good for no one. You want to homeschool my kids? You can homeschool my kids. Are there any funny stories or memories or characters from your life that you want to tell me about?
What?
Are there any funny stories or memories or characters from your life that you want to tell me about?
Characters.
Like Ragu?
Remember the guy that looked like the guy in Kids?
No. What?
You remember that guy?
No.
Okay. So, you know the movie Kids?
Wait, the one that went to Irvin and said he punched out the manager?
Maybe.
I was like, excuse me?
He looked like the guy in Kids.
Okay.
And he had he looked just like him. And he came over to our house on Cumberland Street.
I don't recall that at all.
He had a skateboard. Yeah.
Who was he friends with?
Nobody. I have no idea.
Where did he come from?
I have no idea.
Why did we let him in our house?
I have no idea.
Oh, wait. He's the guy that came in and ate all the food.
Did he?
Or ate Darcy's food.
Maybe. I don't remember. I just know that he used to come in our house and I didn't know him. I feel like you invited him in. I feel like
there's no way.
No, I feel like... No, I do, because you were very friendly. And I feel like, hey, come on in! And you
How
put your
are we
arm
not
up
dead?
like this. Hey! Come on in!
How are we not dead?
Come on in. Want to have P-Funk? If you go buy me a pack, I'll give you half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, for real. I feel like...
Was that my Virginia Slim, Ultra 120 phase?
I don't know. But maybe it was. They were cheap, right?
Yeah, and they were long. And I didn't like them. I was like, I just want Parliament 100.
Oh my gosh.
I don't smoke now, just so everyone is aware. I mean...
And if you did,
what
you're an adult.
I know. No, but I really shouldn't because of everything else that's going on.
But so
I do enjoy the smell of it still though. I can smell a mile away when somebody's smoking a Parliament Light 100.
Can you really?
I can smell it.
So
Everything else makes me the smell of it. It's just eh.
Yeah.
Especially when it's down the street and I can smell. But then when I smell that Parliament Light 100,
sniff that sucker out.
oh yeah.
No, but you were very friendly.
I was way too friendly.
No, but you've been like that your whole life. And I've said this before. You want to be everyone's friend. Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter. Not even at all. Hey, you're showing up at my house?
I think
Come on in, neighbor.
I don't think I'm like that anymore.
I don't think you are either. But
Well, I mean,
to an extent, you're nice.
I think
you're
that,
not
I think that person has that those times have come to a close.
that person has left the building.
They have left the building.
But it's true. I can picture that.
I
can
was.
picture that.
He was probably.
Hey, you want to come sit and watch Platoon?
Honest to God, I think we only watched that one time.
I know. I think that it was just always on the TV.
Why?
And because we probably had 2 channels.
Oh, probably.
And it was just on. It was just on heavy rotation.
No,
we definitely had cable because we had MTV because we
you
watched
know what
Hero.
it was?
What?
It was on a DVD, I bet. And I bet it just continued to play.
Cruel Intentions.
Yep.
Difference? Cruel Intentions is amazing. Platoon I've never seen.
I don't remember watching that at all.
Platoon?
No.
I don't know, but it was always on. Maybe Robbie was just really into it.
I think Robbie was just really into it.
He would watch it and you would just be like, whatever.
I didn't have a job, so.
Neither did he. I remember you guys walking down to Subway.
Yeah.
You'd have just enough.
Yeah.
$3.15.
We'd also walk to 7-Eleven and get those hot dogs.
Yes, you would. Oh, those hot dogs.
Robbie and I would pool our money and we'd be like, okay, how are we doing lunch today? All right. So this is what we're going to do.
Right.
That's
You
what
would, and you'd walk down.
We were like, let me tell you about my best friend. We were, though. We totally... Robbie, if you're listening, weren't we totally like this?
You would. You'd walk down. You'd get something to eat, and you'd get a pack of butts. Yeah, I remember. You'd split them. You would.
Yep.
I remember my dad's going to come over and bring me some money. My dad's going to drop off some money.
My dad?
Yes, your dad. I remember.
I wonder why he was dropping off money.
And it would just be $7. Not a lot.
I'm appreciative that my dad used to do that for me.
I remember.
He was like, get a job.
But it wasn't for lack of trying.
No, I think that it was in that in between moment.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like I had a job
You did.
when we moved in.
Was that when Athletic Lady closed?
Yes. But like, I feel like I got hired at the Sunglass Hut like right after. But maybe she couldn't put me on the schedule that much. Maybe I was just like super part-time.
You were definitely unemployed. So maybe it was before that.
I think it was before Athletic Lady because I definitely worked at Athletic Lady when I was there.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's where you got the job.
You know what it was? It was in between NB and then I had that other job there.
Yeah, I was just gonna
that
say,
was
but
awful.
then yeah.
And then and I got done, and like I had nothing, and we had to move.
Yeah.
But I had a savings that I had like saved up,
Yes, you did.
and so
I mean, you were not paying rent, and nobody was paying rent for you.
right.
So-
I paid my own rent,
right.
and
As did Robbie.
right. Oh yeah, and like
And when your rent is like $125 a month.
oh my gosh, and that was like for everything.
Oh my gosh. That was the best.
It was.
Where can I live where rent is $125 a month?
I don't know, but you said that our like unit is up for sale.
The
And
whole block.
I want Kevin to buy it.
I know. It's like that building and then the building next to it.
I'm like, what a great investment. And can we live there again? Because that was fun.
well, why don't we renovate it and you live on one side and I live on the other?
Could you even imagine, Brooke?
We'd have no backyard.
We'd have the apartment in the back.
And lovely neighbors.
But I will say that I loved the layout.
Yeah. Well, the layout was cool because it was an old house.
Yeah. And
So,
like
like-
all the bedrooms were upstairs.
Right. You had to walk through one to get to another.
No, there was a hallway.
I'm thinking Darcy's room to your room, but there was a back way up.
There was a back way up. Yeah.
and that was off the hallway.
Right.
So right.
So, I mean, we used to walk through because I'd always walk through Darcy's room just to get to yours because
Right. Because like that was.
I'm not going to go down
way
the
it
stairs
was.
and then come up again.
Right.
Unless she had the door closed,
And in which case.
in which case I would have to go downstairs and go all the way up.
Right.
But, because Robbie was never in his room.
Oh, which room was his?
His was like the way back.
Oh, that's right.
But there was nothing in it.
Right.
But my room was pretty awesome. And everybody hung out in my room because
Yes.
I had the computer.
Yeah, the computer. Right.
And then that's when I was like, hey, so I saw this thing where we could like install webcams. Do you remember?
I remember that, and we were going to put webcams up.
We were going to get paid for it.
Right.
Little did we know. We didn't really know. We thought it was just like, oh, just people want to like watch us live our life. It's like reality show.
It's like the real world.
Nope.
Nope.
There's a little thing called voyeurism.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
I think so.
We didn't know. Like I was
No.
I was just like, they're gonna supply the video cameras. Do you remember? And Robbie's like, hold up.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, Nikki, what?
And I didn't understand what the big deal was.
Right, because you were like, let's do it.
I'm in. Sold.
Right, because it was good money. It would pay our rent and then some.
And then some.
I have like the form like pretty much filled out. And Robbie's like, whoa, what? Hold up. What's this about putting a camera in the bathroom? What's this? Thank you, Robbie.
That was funny.
Oh, so
Anyway, so I don't even remember what question that was. Oh, characters. We were talking about characters in our life. Well,
You
there's
talked-
a story.
That was a story. Yeah, there was a lot of different characters that came in and out. Was it you that was telling me that one time that we were kind of camped out, like hanging out? I was hanging out on Cumberland Street, and like you came into my room and there was like 12 boys in my room.
Probably.
And we were playing like Nintendo.
Probably. I don't remember.
I say boys. That sounds bad. Like they were like my age.
Right. We were kids.
Right.
Were we even 21?
No. We were like 19, 20.
Yeah.
But like that was when I was single for a short period of time.
Yep.
I lived my best life for those couple months.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I ended up going back, but
Right.
like I was like, hey, come on over. We're going to have so much fun. And we'd like stay up all night and play like completely innocent fun. Stay up all night and play Nintendo with like some of my best guy friends.
Yep. It was so fun.
It was amazing.
Where I'd
And
sit on the
sometimes-
computer all night.
Yep.
While you slept. And listen to 98 Degrees on repeat.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, so let's look at these here. I always had, so it was like, describe your favorite hideaway. I always wanted to like go out in the woods and like build a fort and like have my own place like away from everything.
Yep.
My parents would never let me. And then finally my dad got an ice shack and he had it out in the like on the lawn.
Yeah.
He had it for he had one like when I was little, and then I feel like he had one later on too when I was a little older, but I was so excited for this ice shack and he told me I could use it as like a playhouse. So it was awesome. And like we would like hang out, like I'd have my friends come down and we'd hang out in the ice shack, and I wanted to like
That's
sleep
cool.
out there. I like wanted to live out there.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you can't sleep out there. And then all of a sudden, my dad found cigarettes underneath the thing. They weren't mine.
Well, right. Of
I mean, I
course.
was too young. Maybe other people, but I would never do that.
Right.
Because, you lift up the thing in the middle, and like that's where you would drill, like use your auger to like drill through ice. And like, I guess there were cigarettes underneath there or something. And that was it. Like, no more.
No more ice shack.
No more ice shack. I don't know where the cigarettes came from, but they were like, I think they were like Virginia Slims because they were like or like Cools because they were like
yeah.
green.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And I was like, I don't know where those came from. So
I never heard that story.
yeah.
We had a tree house when we lived in the country.
Oh yeah.
And it was in the woods. But it wasn't like too far into the woods. It was definitely in the woods. There was like a path. And it wasn't actually physically in a tree. But it was among the trees. Like you had to climb up a ladder to get to it. It was on like stilts. The people that lived there before us built it. And it was cool. It didn't have a roof. It was like a platform, but it had like the sides. And it had like a bench seat all around the side.
Fun.
It was cool. We used to go out there and play. We were young though to do that. Like I think about it, when we moved into that house, I think I was 4.
Yeah, but it's different out there because there's
Well, it was
like
different back then too.
right.
We used to go walking. We used to go exploring through the woods. We'd look for deer poop. Isn't that gross?
No.
But we'd go and look for deer poop. You'd find piles of it. We thought it was funny. And I remember getting lost in the woods.
Oh God.
Yeah, with a friend.
Oh well, that's good that you had the friend.
My friend Holly.
Oh.
And we ended up coming out, and we were in somebody else's yard, and we went on their porch. They weren't home, and we like thought it was funny. Anyway, somehow we found ourselves back.
Kind of like when we used to drive until we get lost.
Yep. But we were lost in the woods of Maine.
So you have some more questions?
Yeah. So what I did is I just looked up questions, like nostalgia questions
Yeah,
that might kick
yeah.
up some old memories and
Sounds
stuff.
good.
So this is actually a really good one.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think. What do you remember about visiting your grandparents' place when you were a kid?
Ooh.
I think
This is
that's a
pretty
good one.
This is pretty good.
Because I bet it's going to be similar to like what a lot of us remember.
Right. Do you want me to start or do you want
Yeah.
to start? Okay. So I'm lucky because I have a very prominent item from my grandparents' house right in our office right now. And that is it was like a burnt sienna couch.
Beautiful.
Burnt sienna. Crayola. Thank you. So again, I think I talked about this a little bit. Nan had yellow everything. Like her house was yellow. You walk in, there was a boot box, and that on the top was yellow. And you'd walk into her kitchen, and it was a yellow stove. Well, like what was it called? Harvest
Gold.
Harvest Gold stove, but with yellow. So, yeah, everything was yellow. Some of the big things that I remembered were her cookie jar. Like I loved that cookie jar. But she never kept cookies in it.
No?
It was always like papers and recipes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Her cupboard doors were like wooden, like very 70s,
Oh yeah.
you know, with like the like
was it like paneling, like
kind of with like the like gold hardware, like the
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
So then when you'd open that cupboard, all of my basketball stuff is still there, actually. It's still in that cupboard.
Is it really?
It is. I took a
Aw.
picture of it last year, I think, and I posted it.
Yeah, I actually might remember that now that you say that.
And then the living room, she always had the most comfortable carpet. Like you could like put your face on it and it was like soft. And
You know why?
why?
It's a good carpet pad.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I could sleep on that carpet. Like I slept on it all the time. They don't like, I guess I don't have a good carpet pad upstairs because like I could probably still sleep on that carpet if it was still in there, but it's not. I mean, she has like laminate.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and then, so she had different rooms. So the first room was like a black and white room, and that was Sank's room. That was her brother, Sank's
Yeah.
room. So that was like to the left. That would have been like my childhood. Because see, all the houses in the gardens are the same.
Right.
So Nan's house was the same as my house. And so like
the same floor plan.
the same floor plan, yes.
Yeah.
So Sank's room was like my childhood room. And
The
then,
red room.
Right.
Yep.
And then the master bedroom was there. And then straight ahead was the orange room. And she had like orange carpet and orange shears, which I couldn't remember how to.
Yep.
And yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah. I spent a lot of time there. Like a lot of time. A lot of time. She would always let us do forts, like blanket forts.
Yeah.
But like when we take a nap, she would take them down because she wouldn't want us to smother.
Oh, what a good Nan.
Yeah,
She was concerned.
she was.
I love that. So, my grandparents' house. I mean, so I have like the two sets of grandparents.
Yeah.
And so on my mom's side, my grandparents, they didn't live too far.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent a lot of time. Actually, we lived with them for a short time when I was a kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I was like 3, 4.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think maybe I did because of what's her name.
What?
Was that when you were friends with that girl?
Oh, yes. Yes, my imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mary. So,
Have you ever seen Mary again?
no.
Thank God.
I know. It's weird. Mm-hmm. So, their house, everyone was always in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. They lived in an old farmhouse. Like,
Okay.
old. And everyone, like, gathered in the kitchen. The TV was in the kitchen. So, yeah, when you walked into the house, like, you walked in on the side, there was the front door, but nobody went in the front door.
Yeah.
You went in the side door, and there was a sun porch. That's where we, like a lot of our, like, toys. She always had toys and stuff for her grandkids. So those were usually out on the sun porch, or you'd sit out there and play cards. But then you walked into the kitchen. She had a huge wood stove that in the wintertime was always going. Always. And just a big kitchen. And the TV was in there. So, like, you didn't watch TV in the living room. You watched TV in the kitchen. So you'd sit at the table and watch TV. And she had... I don't know if you've ever even been in this house. It's like my aunt and uncle live there now.
Is it next door to your parents?
Yes.
No, I've never been in there.
I feel like you were maybe... But it would be a long time ago.
Like when we were little?
Like teenagers.
Maybe.
But there were just a ton of cabinets. There were old, like, wood cabinets painted white. And, like, the walls were yellow. I think the countertops were yellow. And the floor was, like, linoleum, you know? But
I always like the way that sounded. Like on
Linoleum?
with your shoes.
like a
Like
plastic.
if you wore a nice, like, patent leather shoe.
Oh, like a sturdy shoe.
Yeah.
But her kitchen table wasn't like a regular table. It was like you know the folding tables that you would see like people set up for a yard sale?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Oh.
It was huge. You could fit all kinds of people around that table.
Oh, hey.
And she always had a big, like those plasticky, like tablecloths that you could wipe with them.
That are like cushiony a little bit?
Yes. They're like flannel backed.
Yeah.
That's what she always had
Nan
for a
did
tablecloth.
too. Nan did too.
Can I tell you, I have one. I don't always use it, but sometimes I do. It's a little too small for my table. That's why I don't use it as much. But I love it because you just wipe it with a wet cloth.
Yeah.
And it's clean. And then you don't ruin your table.
Yeah, my tables are all ruined.
But like when my grandfather was alive, so this when I was a kid, he passed away when I was 9.
Oh.
So
Your mom's dad?
no, well, my grandpa Bud.
Gotcha. Like my grandpa bud.
Yeah.
Hey.
So he would, like, I just remember getting up really early in the morning when I'd stay there. And their bedroom was on the first floor. And I think it probably was like a living room at some point or one point. But it was their bedroom. And they slept in separate beds.
Oh.
Because my grandpa had a breathing machine.
Oh.
So he slept in a bed on one side. It was a long room. And my Grammy had a bed on the opposite side. And, like, we'd sleep with her when we stayed the night.
Oh.
And anyway, I remember getting up really early in the morning. And I'd sit at the table with Gramp. And we'd all have tea. I'd have a cup of tea with milk.
Was it the tea that you'd get the little characters?
Little characters?
You know,
What?
you'd get the little things in them. The little, like, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was like a special tea that you could get, and they had little like owls and little what were they made of?
Are we talking like toys?
They weren't like toys. They were just like little figurines.
And they would come in your tea?
yeah.
Like out of the tea bag?
No. Like in the tea thing, like in the
Oh, I don't know.
yeah. They were like little figurines that you could, and I would collect them.
No.
And when Nan didn't drink tea, but like she had it for company.
Oh, we drank tea, and I don't ever remember that. Probably not, because
I'm gonna have to look it up.
it's probably like too expensive. But we
Like
would,
I said, it was for the company, and
It was for
sometimes
the
I'd have
company.
it, and it was okay because like
right.
there was plenty.
Right. No, I'd have a cup of tea with some milk and sugar and a piece of toast. And my grandpa, I can still hear his arm sliding across the table like he was going to steal my toast.
Oh,
He'd like play that game. I play that game with Sadie to get her to eat. And we watched the new Zoo review at 4:00 in the morning. Is that the tea right there?
red rose tea. Yeah, it says red rose tea animals. You can get like a whole bunch of them for $4.
Wow. No, I did not know
Here,
about
I'll show
that.
you. They were like little.
Oh yeah.
They were a little figure. Oh, I would have loved that turtle. I would have loved that turtle. Look at the snail.
I would have loved all of those.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't have very many of them because, like I said, it was for the company.
You know, I'm looking at it, and I feel like I remember seeing them as a kid,
Yeah.
but like,
They're little. They were like little.
Yes.
I had an owl. I think I had like an owl and like a fox. And like, I didn't have very many.
right.
But
That's so cool.
if I ever asked Nan for something, she would like let me have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I knew not to ask for things. But,
Really?
like, I feel like I'd never say, hey, can I have some of that beer? Like, I just knew I would, like, that was not something she was going to let me have.
right.
But, you know,
That's funny.
she would let me have a little tea.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't like, at night, she would have like a nightcap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, hey, can I have some of that nightcap?
Like, because you knew you weren't allowed to have that.
She would give me warm milk.
I always wondered about warm milk.
Do you know what it is? It's just like, it's hot water. Boiled hot water.
Yeah.
It's milk, hot water, and then you put a little sugar in it. So it's kind of like coffee with no coffee.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really not. But you don't boil the milk because the milk will like
Right.
just like
That's
instant
what
potato,
I thought.
instant potatoes. So
Only not good. I love instant potatoes,
Yes.
but not that kind.
so what you do is you boil the hot water
yeah.
and then you put your milk in. So you put your milk in, then you put your hot water in, Or do
Yeah.
you put your hot water in, then your milk? I think it's you put your milk in, and then you put your hot water in.
Yeah.
And you put a little sugar in it. And Nan would say, I think you need a little more hot milk. That's what she would say. I think you need some hot milk. So I would drink that before I went to bed, and it would put me to sleep.
What, really?
And so Brody would always ask for it. And so I always made it for him when he was little.
I should try that with Sadie. If it puts you to sleep, that would be wonderful.
I don't know if it really did, but it did for me. I'd be like,
Did it work for Brody?
it did, but I think it was like a head thing. Like,
That's okay.
warm milk. Warm milk will always, Nan would always say, warm milk will always make you go to sleep.
I should.
Even though it has sugar in it.
Oh my gosh.
But I would sip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd sit there and I'd sip it and I'd be like, oh, I'm so tired. She'd be like, all right, it's time. It's
No.
taking effect.
But you know what that means?
What?
Or what it could mean if it doesn't really like put you to sleep. Although the warmth could. Mm-hmm. But
It was very comforting.
it's like an okay. Like I know Sadie's like me. We want to stay up, and I've always been this way. I want to stay up because I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
And she'll tell me at night, she's like, I can't force my eyes to shut. I can't close my eyes. I can't force them to shut. Mm-hmm. But she's exhausted.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
kind of
Birdie.
like saying, here, have this warm milk.
The warm milk will make you shut your eyes.
Exactly. And it kind of gives them permission
Yeah.
in a way
Yeah.
to just let it go.
Try it. It might work.
I am going to try it.
It worked for me every
gonna try
time.
it
And I was
immediately.
just like Brody and I was just like Sadie. I had extreme fear of missing out.
Yes.
I can
still
remember
do.
like being in bed like,
Yeah, I remember laying in bed listening to my parents watch TV.
me too.
And just so badly wanted to be out there. And why?
just wanted to fall
Why did I
asleep.
want to watch Dateline or whatever was on at that
I
time?
don't know. I just wanted to be around people.
Right. Even though I'd pass out on the couch, I'm sure.
Yeah. I used to pass out like with my chin on the chair.
On the chair.
And I sat like that for even when I was older.
Yeah.
And I'd fall asleep.
It was comfortable for you.
Yeah, I have a picture. It does not look comfortable.
I think I've seen the picture.
Yeah.
I used to like when my parents would pull the couch out to like the bed.
Ooh.
That was a big deal. Like we would do that on special occasions. Like when the Wizard of Oz was on.
And were you allowed to sleep down there?
Yeah, I think we'd usually wake up and
Yeah. Go to bed.
But no, I remember like my mom like pulling out the couch, and her and me and my brother would all snuggle in on the bed, and she'd pop popcorn. We'd have Cracker Jacks. We'd always have Cracker Jacks if it was Wizard of Oz. Honestly,
I'm jealous.
and chocolate milk. Actually, I think it was technically she'd buy us Chocolate Dream. Yeah,
That's when you knew that like
I
life
never
was,
ever.
We never got chocolate.
The only time I got
Dream.
Chocolate Dream was Wizard of Oz. And when I went to my other grandparents' house in the summer, I'd go spend a week with them. And
Nan would always give me chocolate dream. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah,
It would
and-
always be there. I would be allowed to have a little bit, but
well, as soon as I got to my other grandparents' house that night, my Grammy would take me grocery shopping. We'd go to Shop and Save. And she'd let me pick out whatever cereal I wanted. She'd let me pick out, like, I'd always get Chocolate Dream. She'd let me pick out, like, whatever juice I wanted and snacks and stuff. And we'd always get ingredients to make chocolate chip cookies. And, like, we made chocolate chip cookies to eat, like, for the week that I was there.
that's so awesome.
It
that
was
you
awesome.
Went away for. I couldn't imagine now, like my kids going away for a week now.
Really?
Like I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I used to like go and spend 2 weeks with my grandparents, like in
Yeah.
camping. What were my parents doing?
Living it up.
Partying like it's 1999.
Yep.
They
Or
were-
in their case, partying like it was 1980
1989
or
79.
69.
Yeah, 69. Because like that was before I was born.
When was your sister born?
No, she was born in 69. 68. 1968.
There you go.
I bet they went to the good old place in Dedham there.
Yes.
What's it called there? Peak Sale Lodge. Coke on you.
That's so funny.
You guys want-
I bet they did.
Okay. I wonder if they can go on YouTube and watch the Peaks Hill Lodge.
They need to.
Okay, we need to post this.
Yeah.
We need to post this right now. Peaks Hill Lodge. Look it up. Also, no. What was the other thing that they had? The place in Brewer. I was going to say Brewer.
Stacy's?
Stacy's.
Dick Stacy's.
Dick Stacy's Jamboree.
Oh
Used
my
to be on. Do you
gosh.
remember that?
Yes.
That was friggin' amazing. You guys, okay. You got to go on YouTube. Look up Dick Stacy's Jamboree. I think we should go on YouTube right now and look up
Yeah,
Dick
really.
Stacy's Jamboree.
And also, while you do that, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, did other people have local channels that had things like All Hit Videos? Remember All Hit Videos?
I loved All Hit Videos.
I did too. Like, especially when I lived in Etna, we didn't have cable out there. That's where we got to see our music videos. I have a feeling that you found Stacey's Jamboree.
I definitely did. Radio Free Canada. Oh, they must have come down from New Brunswick. They were all excited to go to Dick Stacy's Jamboree.
Yep, circa early 80s. That looks like a gem right there.
That looks like a gem. Stacy's Shop a Special. Canadian money at Pa! Whoa! Yeah, we just looked at Dick Stacy's Jamboree. That was amazing.
That right there is an old gem.
That used to be on what, like Saturday nights? Friday nights?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So let's see if
Did you
there's
have
another
any-
question.
Yeah, let's see another question. Did you have another question?
What was your most valuable high school or college class you ever took?
Ooh, I think I know this one. I would say that it was work study. And I say that, well, you know how you had to like take that class?
Yes.
Because I can remember him going over, and I can't tell you what it is now, but like they went over, okay, so if you make this amount of money, like this is how much you will be able to afford for rent. This is how much you'd be
Yep.
able to afford for a car. And like my parents didn't really teach that to me.
Same.
So it was all like, whoa. It was like mind blowing to me because like we didn't have those kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, I'm lucky that Kevin has had these conversations with the kids since they were very young. And like Bren, we compare everything to American Girl dolls. Like when we bought the van,
Yeah.
we're always open, you know what I mean? About
Yeah.
like finances and stuff like that. And like how many American Girl dolls.
That was.
Right. Because she had saved her money how many times for an American Girl.
Right.
So like she knew how long it took to get that much money.
Like she knew the value of
Right.
that.
Right.
In her terms.
Yeah. That's why my kids, like, they don't spend their money
That's good.
until, like, then they spend it all. Like, you know what I mean? They'll save.
save.
And then they'll be like, well, let's just buy this. And I'm like, think about it before, you know.
Right. Right. That's good though.
Yeah.
And that actually, I kind of forget that work study was a class, but it was a wonderful class.
It really was.
Because it did, you know what it did for me?
What's that?
It taught me how, and this is the simplest thing, but it taught me how to write and write well a resume.
Hey, yeah.
Have you seen, I mean, if you could see resumes that people write that have never been taught how to write a resume, you just want to be like, oh, honey, like no. This isn't how you do that. That's not how you do that. And
Oh, no.
truly. And I feel like I'm very good at writing resumes.
Mm-hmm.
I've helped people write resumes.
Maybe that's what you should do. Do you know that, like, people pay people to write their resumes?
Yes, I do. Because do you know that my husband paid somebody to write a resume for him? And, I had to fix it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, he didn't. It was a long story. He actually didn't pay. But it's a long story. We can talk about it off OT.
Okay.
But Yeah, but I had to fix it.
OTR.
It was terrible. Yes. OTR, not OTB. So, this is a really hard one for me to answer, but I think my most valuable class is not because...
It wasn't advanced computer science.
Sure wasn't. My 11th grade English class. And I'll tell you why.
Who was your teacher? Are you sure it wasn't your 12th grade English class?
No, it was not. But I'll tell you why. It wasn't because I learned anything amazing in that class. I hate English. Like, I hate English. I did not like that class at all. Ever. Except I did like senior year because we did all grammar. Mm-hmm. It was like all grammar.
I loved it.
I love grammar.
I learned so much in our senior year class, though.
Yes, and I love grammar because there's no gray area. There's no like, oh, how did you interpret this
Except
chapter?
with the Oxford comma.
Truth.
Give me the Oxford comma all day long.
But that wasn't like a thing back then.
No, you used it. Like it was like...
Right. That wasn't like a controversy.
No.
But not that it's a huge controversy now, but some people just don't like it and some people are all about it. And
there are times that I leave it out and I'm like, why did I just do that?
yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's always a time where it would be...
I've adopted it.
So you do it.
That scared me. Yeah, I
so
do.
you use it.
I do.
Yay!
So, anyway, I think it was because I didn't like my teacher. I tried to get out of her class because I did not like my teacher. And she wouldn't let me.
Oh. That's awkward.
So, I remember being in A7 study hall.
Yeah.
And on the last day, I don't know if we were freshmen or...
And they drove around?
Who? What?
The people drove around. They drove around the school.
I do remember that. But that's not what I was talking about.
Okay, sorry.
But it was the last day for seniors.
Okay.
And there was a guy in my study hall.
Oh, God.
That had been making... He made like a suit of armor.
That's dedication, man.
Out of... like bottle, like
The
can tabs.
The tabs, yeah.
And he had been making it in study halls throughout his high school career.
Was it finished?
Yes. It was
Shut
complete. And
your
he was
mouth.
wearing it. He was wearing it his last day of school, senior year. And
I wonder if
I think we were freshmen.
I hope he still has it.
I hope so too. And to be honest, like 100% honest, if I saw him today,
Yeah. Would you ask him?
I would tell him, hats off to you.
No shit. Like, that's
That is
cool.
dedication.
I'm sorry. That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to say it. It's cool.
But here's the thing. I remember then, like in that, like being in that room, like he was not, like he didn't have a ton of friends in that study hall.
Yeah.
I mean, he had friends.
Right.
But not in that particular study hall. There were some jerks in there.
Of course there were.
But they were like, shit, that's amazing.
Right?
Like,
I know exactly.
He did it.
I saw him.
yes. And he was very proud. And he should be.
He freaking should be. That's freaking amazing,
He
dude.
had long hair. It was like
He
flowy.
did. He did. He
It was-
did.
and I think he had, like, a
yes.
goatee.
Yes, he did. It was like up. Yeah, and glasses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I never talked to him. He was very quiet.
I have no idea who he was. He just seemed nice.
He seemed like a nice person.
He did. And you know what?
And he was there to hurt no one.
It was, if you guys could just picture this armor made of tabs.
And it made noise. It was like,
did.
like a
It was
slinky.
just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
It was amazing.
Do you remember his name?
No.
I think we should look him up on Facebook and that we should like tell him, you know what? I remember when you made that armor and it was freaking cool. Do you still have it? Because we want to see a picture.
I don't know where.
Oh my God. Do you want to hear something really cool?
Yeah.
So someone just posted on Instagram. Hey, Nina posted. She's listening to Step 62 Block Party with Drew, Shannon, Meg, Diane, Lindsay, and Billy. She said, OMG, I had a total freak out at work listening to the first 20 minutes of this episode because the convention referenced in this episode was organized by my friends and me included. Then I snooped the site, and what do I see? Pictures of me and my crew.
Huh.
She says,
That's crazy.
LMAO, Corrections Corner. The convention took place in 2000, and I remember that because I was 21 and we drank a lot everywhere. Talk about Flashback Friday. This is awesome.
That is awesome.
That's really cool. That is really, really, really cool.
All right. I didn't really finish my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
sorry.
no, that taught me a lot about, like, it sounds stupid, but having that teacher that I didn't like, that was like, no, you can't switch out of my class. I refuse to sign this.
Yeah.
Like, made me realize, like, she was a jerk to most people, but she really liked me because she's like, I see potential in you that you don't see yourself. Like, you don't see that you're very smart. Like, you just need to apply yourself more.
Yeah.
But English always frustrated me because I have terrible reading comprehension. Like, I can read all day long, but if it's not something I am interested in. So anyway, I don't know. It just sounds cheesy, but it was like she saw potential in me, and I realized, like, maybe I'm like, if I apply myself, maybe I can do it.
Yeah.
Or if I try a little harder.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I have to get along with people I don't like,
Yeah.
which is a huge lesson.
It is a huge lesson.
Because it was the first time I'd ever encountered a teacher. No, scratch that. There was a teacher I had in 7th grade I did not like.
Really?
She made me very uncomfortable. And I did switch out of her class.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if there's another question.
Okay. Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your, like, most fondest high school memory? Or memories?
Oh my gosh. Like, that actually happened, like, during high school or,
Yeah.
like, outside of high school?
No, like, in high school. Like
Like,
actually
in school?
took place in school. Or, like, was a school function. God, I remember those dances.
Yeah.
Peepatula, why don't you dance with me?
Right.
He was a nice looking dude.
Yes.
And he was a nice guy. He was funny and, like, charming and everything.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of really good, fun memories, but there isn't one that stands out.
Do you remember when we got egged?
No.
When we were on, I remember being...
We got egged?
Okay, so our freshman year was the last year that they did the floats. Do you remember that? That you drove down Broadway?
Yes.
And do you remember we got egged?
No, I don't remember getting egged.
And then they didn't do it again. Because, like, it would drive down Broadway and then it would make a turn. And, like, people would stand out and clap and yay! Because it was, like, homecoming.
Right.
And it was the last year they ever did the homecoming floats. I think it was a safety concern, really.
I'm sure.
More
Yeah.
than, you know.
Oh my gosh. I had forgotten all about that.
But I was, like, so excited to ride in the float. And I can remember a lot of people weren't riding in the float because they didn't want to get egged. And, like, we got egged. But whatever, because we were freshmen. But I didn't get any egg on me.
I didn't get egged.
Person
did I?
beside me did the...
I wasn't on the float, was I?
Maybe you weren't because you
I don't
didn't want to
think
get
I
egged.
was. No,
but I feel like
wasn't.
Darcy might have been. And I feel like either Darcy or... No, it may have been Kelly who got egg on them. Like they just threw it. They didn't throw it at anybody in particular.
Right. They were just like freshmen.
Right. Eggs.
I don't remember. Maybe I don't
I just
remember.
remember somebody being really upset because they got it, like, in their hair. But maybe I might be like, you know how sometimes you kind of make up, like, maybe like you watched a show and, like,
Yeah.
your memories kind of intertwine.
It's been a long time.
So, but I just pulled that out. Like,
Yes, I forgot all about that.
yeah, I definitely rode on the float. I was like, I'm going to do it. You said you had another question. That was really good.
There's some,
Let's close out with this one. What do you think?
well, there might be two.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your favorite movie or TV show soundtrack? I know mine.
Well, Dirty Dancing.
It's a good one.
I mean, but I had, again, it was one of those things I had the second Dirty Dancing before I had the first Dirty Dancing. So,
Right.
but that's just like a given. Like,
Right.
I feel like that's like a given. So I got to think for a second. The Cruel Intentions soundtrack's pretty damn good.
That's a good one too.
Colorblind, when he's coming up the escalator.
I love that. I love that song so much.
I really love the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
Did you just read my mind?
Why?
Because I was literally like in my mind thinking Forrest Gump soundtrack's
I
really
saw
good.
him on the bench.
Yeah, it's a really good soundtrack. It's a classic.
I don't know what my favorite is,
It
though.
was a 2 CD soundtrack.
Footloose was pretty good.
Yep.
I had that one.
Yep.
I think favorites, though, Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing was always my favorite soundtrack. But I had a lot of favorites.
My favorite soundtrack, hands down, absolute 100% favorite soundtrack. Singles.
Hey, that was a good
Oh
one.
my God, best soundtrack ever. I just listened to it the other night twice.
Oh, hey. Clueless. Forgot about that one, too.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Why don't they make any good soundtracks anymore? Titanic.
You know,
JK.
here's the thing. Maybe they do, but we're just older and we just don't listen to, because like you just said not too long ago that you don't listen to like modern music.
No, I
now,
have no
really?
idea what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a good question.
Okay.
I'm going to reword it a little bit
Okay.
to fit with what we're doing.
Okay.
Who
I'm ready.
who was your embarrassing 80s, 90s celeb crush?
Embarrassing?
Yeah.
I don't think I had an embarrassing one. Embarrassing.
Let's not use the word embarrassing.
Okay.
Because you and I both are pretty much like whatever.
Right. Like, I'm not afraid
Like
to tell you.
I'm not embarrassed to tell you that any particular person is attractive or whatever,
Yeah.
but maybe an unconventional one.
Like when I had Prince William on the back of my notebook.
But that wasn't unconventional. Prince William. A lot of people had a crush on Prince William.
He was shirtless and
mighty fine.
washing down his boots or something. I don't know what he was doing. There was water involved. And I knew the heart wants what the heart wants.
That's right. No, for real. Absolutely.
I had a lot of local crushes.
Well, I mean, yeah. I feel like yes, you and I both. Mm-hmm. And some of that was embarrassing.
That was totally embarrassing.
But, like, do you have somebody that you had a crush on when you were a kid or a teenager that other people wouldn't have? Like, for somebody famous. I did. We actually alluded to it, I think, on our Facebook Live.
Burt Reynolds?
No, that was yours?
No.
Oh, no. Mine was Judge Reinhold.
Oh, hey, yeah. I always had a thing for the judge from Night Court. Speaking
Harry
of judge.
Anderson?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny because
Well-
it's so random.
Well, I always had, you said judge, and then I remembered.
Right.
But also,
Yeah.
I always had a thing for what's his name from Quantum Leap.
Oh, yes.
Sam.
Yes. Sam. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
And
I can see that.
Robert Stack. And he was he was
That's the most unconventional of them all.
I always thought President Reagan was nice looking too.
Yeah. What's the most embarrassing trend you gave into? Let's say in high school.
In high school.
Yes. Like you look back and you're like, oh man, like why did I do that?
I wasn't really one for trends.
Also, let's just say that the trends in the 90s were not embarrassing.
No.
We're not talking about like 80s
Right.
with like
but I would have been all
wild hair.
But I was all about that.
I would have been all about that. I mean, I tried to be, but I was young.
I think like me trying to do my bangs probably in the early 90s.
Yep.
I just shouldn't have.
That was like
Because
me.
that was bad.
I remember I used to do my bangs. I didn't use a curling iron. I used a brush. Mm-hmm. And I would
I remember.
like do
Wave
this.
them. Yeah.
And I would spray them, hairspray.
Yeah.
And it would just wave, like just so. And I remember one time, I don't remember where we were, maybe Washington, D.C. We're on vacation. And my cousin, who's a couple years younger than me, I was doing my bangs, and he walked in and he's like, "What are you trying to do, catch a man?" and I was like, we were kids. And
Which one, Eric?
Corey.
Oh my
And
god.
I was so like,
That's so funny.
it like embarrassed me. I think I was in 6th grade.
Oh my god.
So he would have been
Brooke.
in like 4th grade.
That's funny.
What are you trying to do? Catch a man?
That's a riot.
And anyway, yeah, my bangs were pretty intense.
Mine were just awful. Like I don't know
They were. You know who had great bangs?
who.
Erica.
Yes.
Her bangs, she had like just so. Mm-hmm. They just fell right.
Yeah. Mine just wouldn't, and like I was just awkward, and
Oh, I was very awkward.
it just
We were all awkward. I mean,
I just like
that time of our lives.
my eyebrows were really dark, and I was really, really pale, and I looked like a vampire, like a sickly
all
vampire.
did.
Sickly,
Like
sickly.
we all looked weird.
Yeah.
Like all like, wow. Like I had braces and my eyebrows. When I started to pluck my eyebrows, I didn't know how to.
But that paint splatter photo, though. That is the worst.
Oh my
I will
gosh.
never, Gene on Gene on Gene. I will never post it. It is the worst photo I've ever
love
seen in
it
my
so
entire
much.
life.
I wish that you would. I wish
It's
that
so
you
gross.
would.
It's so gross.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, really?
I need to see it again.
It's so
I
bad.
need to see it again.
It's like okay, I'm not wearing lipstick, but my face is so white that like my lips look red. And and like I had really bad acne, and it just was like, it's just everything about that picture is bad.
I love it though. It is a bad
And
picture.
the hair. It was just,
Gene on Gene on Gene.
how could my mom let me leave the house and be like, "You look good.
It was okay, but it was
You
different.
look great."
It was different.
It didn't even look good for that time, though.
I think it was okay. I think it was passable.
I should have worn black pants with jean, because the jean on jean just didn't go. I didn't even have a belt to like separate it. Like guys could wear jean on jean,
Good. Not anymore.
but this wasn't like a vest with like a white shirt underneath or anything like that. This was just like a jean shirt buttoned up to the top. It was.
Gotta get that top button buttoned.
It was buttoned all the way to the top. And I was like, this is like right after I'd done the Slim Fast thing
Right.
and then had a growth spurt. So somebody called me Skeletor. I did. I looked like I was about to die. I was so skinny. I was so thin.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
wow.
I was like a shell of myself.
But you were like, right. But then it was just
So
like
I was
an
like, give me
awkward
all the
age.
chicken nuggets. I
Oh
ate
my
chicken
gosh.
nuggets like they were going out of style.
What was your favorite outfit in middle school? Like, I'm sure there was more. You had more than one. I had more than one. But like, what was one outfit that you'd put on, and you'd be like, damn,
I'm owning the day.
damn.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Well, can I talk about an outfit in 5th grade first?
Yes, of course.
Because I have a picture.
Sweet.
And Kevin laughed like for a little while when he goes, "What's your shirt say?" And I said, "It says you can't touch this." So it was like the shirt said you can't touch. I had one that said whatever. Mm-hmm. And I had one that says you can't touch this. and they had like matching shorts.
Yeah.
So like the you can't touch this was like pink with like a periwinkle
Beautiful.
and like a nice purplish pink.
Yeah.
And then the shorts had pink with like periwinkle
So all like
circles.
it was
Yeah.
like a set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that, and then the whatever one, I don't know if it said whatever, or if it said something else. It's in the picture of me giving you know who like in a headlock that ended up everywhere.
Oh, that picture.
Yeah, that was a great picture. But it was like green, and that also like it was like green and black, and then the shorts were green and black.
Yeah.
So I really liked like outfits that I didn't have to think about that like put me together.
Yep.
Like I really want to get made over by the what
The
are they?
queer guys?
Yes, the queer guys. Yes, I would. I want to be made over by them. I know they do men, but they've done a woman. I'm almost through the first season. Like I don't know how to dress myself.
Well, of course you do. What do you
No, I
mean?
don't. No, I don't. No, I want to be like I want to put myself together. I never feel put together.
It's very simple.
No, it's not though. It might be
can help
simple.
you.
It might be simple for you, but I don't know. Every time I like go out of the house and I think I look nice,
You
I
do
look at
look
pictures
nice.
and I'm like, bleh. Like I went and I thought I was wearing like a really nice shirt to go to lunch, and it was a cold shoulder shirt, so I was like testing something out.
Yeah.
Well, it just didn't look right on me, and I'm sad that I walked out of the house with it on. It showed my like chicken cutlets on the side here.
It's too big.
Yeah, but
If a cold shoulder shirt shows chicken cutlets, it was too big.
well, I just don't know how to dress myself with my still looking pregnant belly.
So you have to, well, first of all, you don't look pregnant. Second of all, it's hard.
It takes a village.
It's just hard to find pieces that drape, and like I don't succeed great with it, but I generally only wear tunics.
Hey, if it works, it works. But back to like middle school
Yeah.
and stuff. 6th grade was a bad year for me. I didn't really have a lot of outfits that were good.
Yeah.
But I would say like 7th and 8th grade is when I started to like really like be out because I could wear like anything really.
Yeah.
So I would probably say that my favorite outfit was my button fly jeans with my, you ready for this? What am I going to say?
Your flannel?
No, that was high school.
Yeah. I don't know.
My rugby shirt.
Oh.
The red, the gray, and the yellow mustard. That
Yep.
was my favorite. Or like a t-shirt.
Those rugby shirts, man, back then.
I was like queen of the rugbies. I was queen of the polos.
Those were like the shiz.
Yes.
There was nothing better than a rugby. I had a rugby and I felt great in it.
Me too.
Like I always felt good in it with my button fly jeans. I had to be button fly.
Yeah.
And I always
Button
felt
those right
so
up.
good.
Button those right up. And put those boat shoes on.
Well, I was just gonna
No
say
socks.
my favorite outfit. And I'd wear it. I don't remember if it was 7th grade or 8th grade. But anyway, you wear it when it's spring, like just starting to get warm.
Yeah.
My denim shirt
Okay.
tucked in to my white button fly jeans.
Hey.
Turned up. Not like tight rolled, but they were like
Yeah.
skinny ankle pants. But just like folded up at the bottom, boat shoes.
I don't think I've ever folded up my pants.
Well, you're tall. I used to fold up just the bottom, like just a little cuff.
Did I ever tell you the time that I wore like white socks and I rolled up my pants and I wore penny loafers and somebody goes chicka cha 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 to me down the,
Did you look like Michael Jackson?
yeah, somebody went chicka cha cha cha. I can't remember who it was, but they did that chicka cha cha cha. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
And it did. I looked down and I'm like, shit. I was probably wearing black pants, white socks, like white, like scrunchy socks,
Right.
with penny loafers. Who was it that did that?
I don't know.
And they were like did it in jest, but like in like we're friends, so I can do this.
Right. That's so funny.
Who did it? I can't remember, but I can hear it. Like I can remember seeing myself at Garland Street, like walking out of the classroom.
My brother would do that. That's so funny.
I remember when I started sweating, like I always like I went to raise my hand. And I didn't realize like I had sweat marks under my armpits. My deodorant stopped working. Like just one day, like
Yeah.
I was wearing it, like I smelled good,
Right.
but like my armpits were sweating. And he was like, "Hey, how about you put some deodorant on?"
What a jerk.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing. Everybody went through that in
Did
middle
they?
school.
Really?
Yes, I did.
You had sweat marks on your arms?
Yes, and I don't sweat under my armpits.
I don't anymore. That shit's sealed. Those things are as dry as a bone.
Right.
And I swear it's because I went to Welby's
Yeah.
and I bought these rocks that you take and you rubbed up against your armpits.
Yeah.
And like I swear it like forever sealed my armpits.
That's weird.
But they still smell when
Yeah.
like I could smell it. But after that, like no, like they don't
sweat.
no.
But like everyone then like there was just that awkward age. Like everyone had acne. Everyone was sweaty, stinky. Like I feel like middle school would be the worst for like a teacher.
Yeah.
Like who wants to teach middle school?
No.
These kids are like going through shit.
Yeah, they are.
They really are, and like
then-
I feel for
and
them.
then there's the girls that don't.
There's also
Like,
guys that don't.
all I wanted to do was wear a tube skirt. That's all I wanted to do. I just want to wear a tube skirt. You know what I'm
Tube
talking
skirt.
about?
Yeah, I know.
With a
what you're
nice
talking
oversized
about.
tee.
Yes.
All I wanted to do was
Tucked
wear
in the
one.
front.
So I asked my mom if I could get one, and she was like, "Sure."
Oh,
So we went to Mary Ann's.
yeah.
Made our way to Mary Ann's.
I've never heard this story.
You haven't?
No.
Well, because like the cool girls wore the tube skirts.
Right.
And I was like, I can do it. I could pull it off. So we went to Mary Ann's and I just wanted like an oversized tee.
Right.
I looked so damn awkward. My mom wouldn't let me get it tight, like how it's supposed to fit.
Right.
So it looked like a pencil skirt instead. And it just wasn't looking.
And a pencil skirt is not what the cool girls
That's
wore.
not what I was going for. My mom would be like, "You're going to bend over and somebody's going to see your underwear." And I said, "Mom, no, I won't." And she's like, "You can't even keep your legs together." Which probably was true.
Oh my
But
god.
I just really wanted one. Damn it. No, I didn't get... Beverly, you didn't let me wear the freaking tube skirt and you didn't let me get the damn diaper pants.
oh
Beverly.
My god. That's so funny.
One of those freaking diaper pants.
I wanted a tube skirt, but I didn't think I could pull it off.
You could have totally pulled it off.
Looking back, I could have.
You get one of those like nice like Dina used to wear.
Yes.
Get a nice oversized tee.
Yes.
But like I couldn't get an oversized tee. I'd have to go to Big and Tall store to
Like
get
an oversized tee, you roll up the sleeves.
Right. But I couldn't get one, see, because like I'd have to get it in the men's department.
See?
Because I
You
was
hear
so-
that? See?
because I wanted it tucked in and bloused.
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough.
Right.
And my mom's
and like blouse it out big.
my mom's like, "This just isn't working." And I said, "But Mom, I really want a tube skirt." And she
Yeah.
said, "You can't get it smaller than that." I could have gotten smaller than that. Now, would I have probably exposed myself? Probably.
Would we be telling a different story right now?
Probably. And you know what? Rumors suck. Hey, now that we're on this little topic here, I want to just put out my 2 cents about something.
I want to hear it. I'd like to hear this.
Okay. So I was having a talk with some of the moderators because I have been witness to some comments from multiple. Now it's like all over. Like I've seen it in other groups. I've seen it in our group occasionally. I've seen it in a lot of different places. And I've been told by people that they They don't want to share things sometimes because of this.
Ah, yes. I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going?
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay. So here I am. Let's take it out of the context of New Kids on the Block.
let's do it.
So,
And then I'll tell you how you can turn it around. If
Yeah.
you still want to express your
Yeah.
feelings, you can turn it around.
so I post out there in social media, on social media, that I just made a Toll House pie.
Okay.
With walnuts.
Okay.
And then the first person that comments on it says, I'll never be able to eat that because I'm allergic to nuts.
Right.
Well,
You
I'm
don't
sorry.
have you don't have to eat it.
Right. I'm sorry. Like I'm
No, you're not sorry.
I'm excited because I made it.
right.
And I'm excited to eat it. And I'm not allergic to nuts. It stinks that you are.
Okay, here's another comment. I made whoopie pies. Those are so much better. Sorry.
It's so true.
Right?
Yeah.
Just don't. You guys
Yeah.
do not see that? Do you not see that?
Because what you could say is,
oh, wow, that's really great, Brooke. I bet that tastes really good.
or
I love to bake too. I make whoopie pies all the time.
exactly.
There you go. That's taken
I was in the baking mood too. I made some whoopie pies.
Here
Yum.
they are. That's how you spin it. That's
Right.
how you spin a positive. So you still share your story, but you're sharing with somebody else's joy. You're not taking it away from them.
Right.
You're saying, "Hey, Brooke, that's pretty freaking awesome. That looks really good. I love
Yes.
baking. I'm in the baking spirit too. Here are my whoopie pies." Because you might be doing this and like you totally don't understand that, and
Like,
that's
don't realize.
fine. No,
But yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
it takes away from someone else's story, and that's not fair. We shouldn't do that. I just want everybody. Not everybody's gonna like everybody. I get this, and not everybody's gonna love everybody else's story. I get that. Okay, but just try to be positive.
Or just don't say anything.
Just don't say anything. You don't have to say anything at all.
Right.
Think
You
before.
literally can keep scrolling.
Please, I'm begging you to keep scrolling. And if you don't like what I say, like, you don't have to listen to this either.
Skip it. Yeah. So it's just like just be happy, be positive, or just don't
Right.
say anything. That's fine too.
Right.
Just don't comment on it.
And don't think too into this either.
No, don't.
Please don't.
let's just try to be
and
positive.
I'm going to be honest. I happened to be browsing some other stuff, and I noticed that people were doing it. Like,
I think it's human nature. Like people generally do that. You have to make an effort to have a positive outlook.
it's not
And
easy.
No, it can be really difficult.
Yeah.
And I have to remind myself often
Me too.
to have a positive outlook on things.
Me too. All right. You had one more question, then we're closing this down.
Oh, let me see. I may not have had one actually.
Tell him that it's human nature. Why does she do me that way?
Okay. This is good.
I'm listening.
I don't know. This is actually okay.
Okay.
This is a good question for me
Okay.
because I have one definitive answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you first.
Okay.
What makes you cry?
Oh, everything. No, like what makes me like, that's me.
Who's out there?
Who is that? Oh my God, that scared me. Oh my God.
Leave that in. Leave it in.
I thought you were looking, oh my God. Kevin, stop it. You don't, after I get nervous, you don't like come to the window.
I heard footsteps.
But I was doing this.
Yeah, well, he was outside.
Oh.
And I was like, but I didn't know who it was. And I heard running down the driveway.
Is everything okay?
So anyway, that was funny. Leave that
Oh my
in.
God. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Crying.
yes.
So I think like what like makes me bawl. A couple things. When I see an old man cry.
That's,
If like
that's
old
tough.
I lose it. This is like lose your shit crying, right?
Or just cry.
Okay, well, let's talk from my case, because I'm
Yeah.
like, here's the thing, guys. All right, like I don't cry over everything. I don't.
No.
But when you guys say stuff that connects with me, yeah, I'm gonna cry. Mm-hmm. But I don't cry over everything. Like, I don't happy cry often. It's so like if something's really happy and you know what I mean, like I'm really happy for you, that's exciting. I don't think I'd cry. But that's fine. Like I just don't.
Right.
I just don't.
I get it.
I don't think I've ever happy cried. I don't think. I'm trying to think if I have or not.
I have.
Well, I have because of the Joe thing. I guess that would be a happy cry.
Yeah, right.
I was like overcome with emotion.
Right.
But mostly it's like if I can really connect to something and like I can personalize it or oh, I know what makes me cry.
What?
That video. I can't.
The lion?
Oh God. I can't even think about it. Don't.
I know.
I
know.
just can't. I cannot do it.
That video is magical.
I can't when it makes the rotation. I hear that song. What is it? What song is Aerosmith? I don't
want to miss a
wanna-
thing. What's
Yeah.
on your finger?
Where? Oh, I don't know.
You're jumpy tonight, though.
I don't know, but I've got like. Okay, go ahead. What makes you cry?
So, okay. I said I have one definitive answer.
Okay,
But
let's hear it.
I have a couple.
Okay,
Number one,
what?
if I was an actress
Yes.
and I needed to cry, like for a part,
Yeah.
I would think of Dumbo. Mm-hmm. And I would cry. And I'll tell you what element it is in Dumbo.
Okay.
It is the whole scenario of Dumbo being picked on because of his ears and his mom losing her shit over it and then them locking up his mom. I'm going to cry
Brooke,
thinking about
no!
it. And then they lock up his mom and he goes to visit her. And it's so sad because they have the bars in between them.
I know. This is bad. Don't cry because I cry when you cry.
And that song,
I can't.
it is the saddest moment in film ever.
Brooke Elizabeth.
Like, look at me.
No, I can't.
Because, like, I've said this before in the podcast, like, don't talk about Dumbo. I can't think about Dumbo.
We would never talk about it again.
But think about it.
No, I don't want to.
Her
Stop it.
baby
No.
has these crazy ears, and she loses her shit, obviously, because people are being mean to him. So she loses her mind. She's pissed. And they're like, this elephant's wild. We need to get her under control and lock her up. So then he goes on a mission to find his mother. And then when he finds her and she cradles him.
Stop.
She cradles him. It's so sad.
I can't deal with it.
It's so sad. So then, like, stemming off of that, I get really, really emotional when it comes to, like, mothers and kids. And also I get emotional when I look at pictures of Sadie as a baby. I can get very emotional looking at pictures of Sadie as a little baby, and I think, like, that's it. I didn't have another baby. She was my one. She's my one and only. So every time we, like, hit something, I get sad about it. Like, when she lost her first tooth, I got sad about it. Because I know that's the only first tooth I'll experience. I know that sounds weird. But, guys, this is proof. Dumbo. If I could be an amazing actress. I could cry like that because of Dumbo. Anyway, so that's what makes me cry. That was it.
I'm like exhausted.
I am too.
So,
It's so late.
yeah, we're done.
Ba-dum-bum. Ching.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so first we're actually going to talk about our big giveaway. So
Yeah.
we'll have already announced the winners by the time you get this, by the time you listen to this podcast, but
Right.
episode. But you guys, we raised $905 for Remember Betty.
That's crazy.
And we raised $842 for Generation Rescue.
Yay.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
That was a great way to celebrate our anniversary. So thank
Totally.
you so much for contributing to those two charities. We really, really, really appreciate it. And like we've always said, for all of our Donnie girl, whoa. We are all Donnie girls. All of our merchandise, we give at least $5 or more back to Generation Rescue. And then with all of our logo only merchandise, except for the stickers, but we still get back with the stickers. But
right. It's just not as much with the stickers.
right, we give $5 or more back to Remember Betty. And we also give for our official Crew Squad shirts.
Yep. The one with the wheel.
The one with the wheel, we give $5 or more back to Remember Betty. So we are really excited to do that. We actually, when you're listening to this, we do have one more that we will be doing this week, and that is for the Danny tank top that he signed.
That's cool.
And it comes with a Remember Betty, Run for Betty bag, a Run for Betty shirt, I think is what it is. It's another one because there's the Boston shirt and then there's like another tank, and it's all on the website. So go ahead and take a look at that. If you go to
Giveaway website, isn't it?
no, it's on the giveaway website. It's on the if you scroll and if you click to donate to Remember Betty, it's on that website.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to nkotbpodcast.com/Remember Betty, you'll get there.
Perfect.
So we also want to thank our Patreon patrons.
Absolutely.
You guys.
You guys are awesome.
So just to let you guys know, for any of you $10 tiers or greater that just signed up, we will be sending out your first month bracelets in the next week. So we're really excited because they get one when they first sign up, and then they'll get another one 4 months later. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, we do it every 4 months. So it's not quarterly, it's every 4 months. We do a quarterly drawing, but the bracelets are every 4 months.
So we do 3 a year.
Yes, I believe. Well, let me see where it says. Yep. An MSCW charm bracelet with special charm every 4 months.
Okay.
Yep. We just have a new charm that is coming out.
Yeah. So we wanted to thank Dawn, Kelly, Jill, Christina, Jennifer, Christian, Vanessa, Jennifer, Denise, Amy, Haley, Diana, Jennifer, Jenny, Amy, Deepa,
Yep.
Christine, Kristen, Michelle, Sarah, Jessica, Kimberly, Misty, Lindsay, Jessica, Jennifer, Joy, Courtney, Sharon, Marie, Tara, Amber, Jennifer, Amanda, Jackie, Stephanie, Maria, Chrissy, Jerusha, Anna, Kelly, Charlene, Sandy, and Andrea.
Thanks, guys. That's crazy.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
You are amazing.
And a forever friend.
Is what you are.
For real.
For real.
So thanks.
Thank you so much. So tomorrow we might do some video content for you.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hopefully this episode was all right.
Yeah, I hope so. I forgot I have a hair appointment at 9:00.
Well, shit.
Actually, it doesn't suck, but I'm getting a conditioning treatment and I'm getting
Nice.
this touched up a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I'll get banged tomorrow.
Get bangs?
Yeah, banged.
Get banged.
No.
Or are you going to curl it with a big
Yeah.
big barrel iron?
Yeah.
Curl it right under.
Yeah, I think Joe would like that.
You know, I bet he would. He'd be like, this is like a throwback.
I'm here.
Where's that Gene on Gene on
Here
Gene?
I am, the one that you love.
I want that Gene on Gene on Gene.
Oh, with the dead face? All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Brooke and Nikki, it's Michelle. I was just calling to say, even though it's late, happy belated meet-iversary, because we met a year ago at Mohegan. Nikki and I celebrated that a little bit last night, kind of, sort of. And I love you guys, and I'm so glad I have you in my life, and you guys are freaking awesome. All right, love you. Kiss, kiss, and bye.
I'm stuck in a basement sitting on a tricycle, girl, getting on my nerves. Going out of my mind, I thought she was fine, don't know if her...
Hey, Brooke and Nikki, it's Michelle. I'm driving in my car back to Rhode Island. I just left Kelly and Jill in Braintree at their hotel. We had a nice, fun weekend. I think I'm all Wahlburgers out for a little while, though. Sadly, we did not get to see Donnie today. Okay, I'll hug him eventually again. But I just wanted to say hi, and I can't believe that it's been a year for my so-called whatever, and that is amazing. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
End of messages.